Alright, we're gonna talk for a little while. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and download it. I don't know if I should. I don't even gotta download the app. It's really gonna go for about. I don't want to go for an hour, but that's what we might have to do. Just touching on this topic right here. I usually go live off the Android, but we're going live off the iPhone this time because the Android has this front camera problem all of a sudden. So funny things happen, family. Like funny things really do be happening. I noticed that certain, especially certain technology will break at certain moments, and I think it'd be like a warning sign from God, like don't look back, keep going forward. Cause I've seen this situation happen with my laptop, just things that you should let go of, like, and this is why this video ties right into that. As the title of this video, family, is learning from failure. It was going to be titled um, acceptance of failure, but those two things are kind of on the same street. You know what I'm saying? You can't really have one without the other. I found so we're gonna talk about that for like an hour and then or 30 minutes, and then we're gonna figure out um, which one. I feel like I'm gonna call this acceptance. Well, I'm gonna call it that, but the title is gonna be whatever it is. But acceptance of failure, because learning from it, we learn from it whether we choose or not. But one thing we do got control over is if we accept the failure as it is. I honestly feel like this is a big portion of the issues in not only America but all of over the world, but especially in America. Like the acceptance of failure is so critical because family, it's like when we accept failure, it's like the universe starts to open back up like a flower, like a beautiful flower. It's like it closes, it cringes when we cringe, and it opens when we open. Like, so if you got a parent and they won't listen to certain things you say, or they get on your nerves, or it seems like we just don't belong in the same house, but somehow, magically, mysteriously, I don't got the money, or I don't got this to move out yet, or I don't got this. And it's almost as if you're in a paradoxical trap. Like you're in something that you know the way out is to go up, upstream and to win. And then it also has another paradoxical effect where it seems like time slows down, right? It just got a weird, like a whole like spell type, like magic type of energy to it. Like oh, we know that the win, you gotta win, you gotta do X, Y, and Z. It's simply to do X, Y, and Z, and you can know it's X, Y, and Z, but your feelings and what you know are two different things. So what you know can affect your feelings, and your feelings can affect what you know. So like for instance, like I was going to prepare to the game of chess and to picking up women or whatever, but both of those both have to do with like the more you do it, the more you know, or you figure out eventually, and you could study, and even get better as you study and practice. But once you get into the game, it's like you're tying it together, right? It's like baking a cake. It's like it gotta form, right? Formulate. And when you're out there doing it versus in the house, you know, learning the recipe, learning the ingredients, figuring out, well, okay, I gotta buy milk, I gotta buy this, I gotta buy that, I gotta move this way, I gotta move that way. It all comes together when you're in action. Now, many of you have or have grown up in, or are still trying to grow out of situations that seem reoccurring. You know what I'm saying? And it's really it's really annoying you because you just don't got the answers right now. And so the acceptance of failure is a great topic. I feel I feel like because many times, family, it's not really failure. Like, and it's so crazy. It's not necessarily failure. The universe is hoodwinking you. You know, nature and Mother Nature and the finesse and the. You gotta understand that life is way more craftier and skillful than you can ever imagine. Because the thing that's flawed about humans is that we're perfect until we start to think. We have the ability to move outside of nature based on our thoughts and become unnatural. So humans have that ability. Animals don't even have that ability, right? So the acceptance of failure has to do with family, understanding that no one's gonna save you. And I put a post of this on my story on Instagram of E.T., the hip hop artist. He was doing a big talk, and he was talking about that. Like, he had to realize no one was going to save you, but I could save myself. You know what I'm saying? By going to the library or going here or going. It's little moves, family, on the chessboard in everybody's life that you can make that can actually shape or put a dent in your enemy. It'd be little, small, little moves, and this is why you feel how you feel. This is why you feel how you feel because I'm a whole man. I should not be feeling anything, right? But we talked about this on the last live, like me and Pretty Nat, and she was saying like, uh, don't let nothing get to you type deal. And I was like, I like to speak on how I feel oftentimes because growing up I never actually acknowledged my feelings too much or too deep. But now's the time, you know what I'm saying? Because when I look at how I feel, I can heal it quicker. I can shift it, I can change it, I can break it, I can move it. But when you just ignore your feelings, it's like, you're being in denial about how you feel. And so, like, the more you talk about it, the more you run through it and play with it, play with your feelings, and it's like you can now manipulate your feelings and get them to go how you want. Now we're gonna talk about females and dating real quick. We're gonna transition real quick. We're gonna make a hard transition. Nobody else came in yet. We're 10 minutes in. It's crazy, but not that I can see. I don't see that no one has came in. So in this transition, we're gonna talk about how dating, right? This is for the fellas, but the women can stay around if they want. But like just courting and speaking to people, and this could go for either making friends or dating and making women, whatever. But when you're talking to people, it's like, you know what I'm saying? First impression, people say first impression is everything, and I don't think so. I think that when you start to text or talk, that's that's everything. I think that first impression, such as the approach, I think that that matters to a certain extent, a certain degree. But I think that the real cake is being baked when we start to have dialogue back and forth in the text, and you're going to start to really realize, because texting, one thing we don't brag about with texting is that texting, because a lot of people don't like to text, but we forget that texting is now officially not public anymore. It's the first phase of intimacy in the one-on-one connection. Like, the intimacy started when I met you, but when we got on that one-on-one text back and forth, it was now closed in communication. Nobody's viewing it. Nobody knows what's being said. Da da da. Da. When I met you in public, maybe it was Starbucks, maybe it was the mall, wherever I approached you, it was public space where you could have said no, you could have said yes, but a lot of the times, family, what you will realize is that people are saying yes just because I'm happy someone even approached me. I came out the house, I look crazy today. I'm happy somebody even said hi to me. So that right there is still a kink. It's not necessarily truthful. It's not necessarily, and you can't. And this is how I'm tying this into the acceptance of failure, because what it really is not really failure. It's just it's a process of events, the approach, the text, the call, or the FaceTime, or the different the audio, voice, whatever. And then it's the other things, right? It's the actual the meetup, the link up, the whatever, the date, whatever. And it's phases, chapters, right? And the only thing is you haven't read them books enough. It's a game of experience. Like when you teach somebody to play chess, like I learned how to play chess just by trying it over and over again. Because it's a pattern, and it's like, okay, well, I just lost 20 times because I put my queen right here. And the thing about chess online is you can just keep playing over and over and over and over and over. So I'll get good within a month, opposed to talking to women where at first you may not even be going out your house. You may just be trying to figure it out behind closed doors. Then you may go out and then it may be working for you, but it's just not working the way you want it to work. And it's just like one is a game on your phone and one is a game in real time. And it's like you got to realize too, people be moving around. If you go inside these places, people are out to shop, to get gas, to go to work. And just because your life isn't on course, this is where I feel like most people have their embarrassment or their shame or guilt. Because most of these women are just pumping their gas, trying to get some bread and go back to the house. You know what I'm saying? So you may feel out of balance while going up and speaking. But the name of the game, and I have found myself in that situation, and the name of the game, the answer has always been to just know what to say, to shift, to counteract the balance, to offset the balance. Because once they say, like I had a girl yesterday tell me like, oh, you just, nah, when I walked up, I was like, yo, I'm not a weirdo, I'm good, da 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 da. And she's like, yeah, because I was about to elbow you, but she was just talking trash. But that's how some women flirt. But once I broke in, I had to break that barrier. Once you see a barrier, you have to automatically ask yourself, okay, how am I going to turn this into more flirty? How am I going to turn fire into flirt? How am I going to turn any emotion she feel into whatever I want it to be, right? Pretty Nat in the building. What's going on? We're on the iPhone today because I tried to go live on the Android and it fell. And so it's like blurry, it's a mess. But we're just talking about Pretty Nat, the acceptance of failure. That's the fan. Now, thank you for telling me that. Is it still bad? Because I turned it down. Oh, shout out to TikTok. I got a TikTok, but I don't really use it. I think it's on this phone right here. But yeah, no. We're going into dating and talking about we're talking about the acceptance of failure. And how I just feel like no matter what we put this topic on, it could be dating, it could be dating, it could be It could be dating, it could be friendship, building your social media presence, building confidence, building health, building houses, building whatever, right? Building, right? It's like there's a lot of resistance in society. It come through your parents. First of all, like they the ones who do the most damage out here. We talk about thugs and gangsters doing things in physical life, but we don't talk about the real monsters. You know what I'm saying? Which is the people who are thinking they, the people who raise the destruction, right? It's not the destruction, it's the people, bro. Putting the like Tupac said, the hate we give our the kids, bro. Because we be, as parents, we be the ones. I'm not a parent, but I'm saying we be the ones who either we're just crooked, bro, crooked, hypocritical people. Attention seeking at after 50 years old is crazy to me. Boredom after 30 years old is crazy to me, right? Like not going to therapy for 50 years is crazy, or not learning about anything is crazy. Not knowing how to save after 50 is ridiculous to me. Not learning and loving self, and that's what this whole video is really about. This live is really about the acceptance of failure, because the failure that your parents had, they're going to try to give to you. They're going to try to give it right to you, financially, mentally, emotionally. They're not going to accept you having a better state of emotions living in under their roof. You wake up, you feel happy. Oh, every day's good. Everything's, you feel like SpongeBob. Like you got SpongeBob's attitude. Like they're like, nah, man, I just was working 40 years to put food on the table. They got Squidward. They got Squidward's energy. Like everything sucks. You feel me? So that's an automatic difference. We don't feel the same. We don't feel the same. So not, like this goes back into what we were talking about yesterday about because I did bring your name up just like 10 minutes ago. We were talking about how we was talking about like feelings. I think before my phone had died yesterday, either my phone died or I had left the house or something. But like people try to emotionally abuse us. You feel me? Yeah, I was talking about how you was telling me to don't let, you said like something like don't let things get to you, and I was telling you like I like to express my emotions nowadays. Like 'cause when I was younger, I would totally not look in that direction, but like I recognize like America is so sly that the reason why guys die faster than women is because women stress men out, and they do it on purpose. It's like a illegal. It's like a legal way of. It's a legal way of destruction, but like, cause like no offense, not, but it's like what you said, like, oh, like don't let nobody. It's like it's not what you said, but it's in therapy. In therapy, they teach us not to like my mom do this all the time. Whenever I'm trying to tell her, or she sees vulnerability, or I'm saying something about a situation that it's more of an open situation, it's like now this is her time to like catch an attitude, or to act this way, or to tell me, oh, it's okay, it'll be all right, or to act like, or like to act passive, or act like instead of just sitting there and just listening, which would be the most healthiest choice on the chessboard. She doesn't want to. You feel me? And I'm okay with that. You feel me? I had to learn to accept that. You feel me? That's what this whole life is about, the acceptance of failure. Us as men especially, we will be much better off accepting things as is. You know what I'm saying? And that ties into everything. That's why I was literally chilling. I'm like, let me bring this up, this topic, because how I'm feeling today. I didn't go out. I didn't do any videos. I didn't do nothing. And I don't necessarily feel bad, but I understood that the way emotions work, the way feelings and things work, is it's always trying to, the world or the people in it of the evil are always trying to either put stuff in the food, put stuff in the medicine, put stuff in the drugs, the weed, the TV, and all they're trying to do is to shift your perspective. And your perspective is your senses, it's your sight, right? Your senses is what people say when it's stop being so sensitive. You're a man. But you did everything in your power to make me sensitive, right? To shift my senses, to make them either weaker or to make them focused on something that they got no business focusing on, or whatever the case, right? Because that's what it is, manipulation. It's manipulation, right? That's what it is manipulation. But see, one thing people can't manipulate, and this is what I was talking about, they can't manipulate um, your acceptance of failure. If they try to though, they try to manipulate anything. It's like, what can't a drug dealer sell? They could sell anything. They could sell their shoes. They could sell their house. They could sell. A salesman could sell anything, and that's kind of what is in reverse. Like a narcissist or just a devil or a demon can sell you on anything, right? Like they could make you believe that you're too tall. They could make you believe that you're too handsome. They could make you believe that you're too, like they could take your good shit and pervert it. Right? Or they could do the opposite. But either way, the change is not necessary. It means it's perverted anyway, right? 95% of us are born and we're already good. Nothing's wrong with us. We just raised by a fuck up. You feel me? Somebody who everything they touch they fuck up. So it was written that we're not gonna be perfect, but if we're not perfect, then let me return to homeostasis, right? Let me go to therapy. Let me find balance, inner peace, Mother Nature, eat the right foods and do the right thing. But even as you do that, right, there's going to be resistance because now, guess what? Evil people were already evil at first, but they've grown to be worse. Right? Just like a worm or like a tapeworm or something in your stomach that came from you eating this BS protein ham or something, pork, and you got tapeworms or hookworms or something. We all got some of them, right? But they grow. They grow. And the most evilest one is the mother one. Ironically, right? No pun intended, but the most evilest one is always the mother. And then a bunch of little babies, whatever. And this mother one don't want to just die. But it's sucking all of your energy away from you. And it's taking all of the minerals and every God-given, strength-given thing in your body away from stripping you down on an internal basis. And it's dangerous because you can't see it. You don't know you have it in you. You don't know it's in you. So by the grace of God, you have to be into science to even have the will to learn anything in the first place, or into health to begin to see. And not only do you got to see it, but you got to take it seriously. And then you got to go to the doctors. And if you don't trust the system and the doctors, then you're not going to go in. Because they're not going to tell you it got worms in you. They're not going to tell you that. They're just going to do an x-ray. Oh, this is your percentages on your blood rate and this and that. They're not going to tell you that, hey, we're happy you got worms in you. Because that's going to help us stay rich based off of the non-balance in your life. And then you're going to have to go to therapy. And then you're going to have to go hair. And you're going to have to go to the dentist too because your teeth are rotting because the worm is stealing calcium from your body. So every time you eat oranges and things that are supposed to put things back together for you, you're still missing something. And you don't know how you're staying in a loop that keeps you codependent or never, yeah, not independent. And that's the key of Satan. Satan just doesn't want you to stand up. Like imagine like a bully, right? A bully just don't want you to stand up. Like do anything but that. Cause then I gotta knock you down. So the acceptance of failure is a very, very crafty topic in the first place. Very, very, very intricate, very, very, very vast, and this topic could go anywhere. And that's really what I was doing when I made this topic. I'm like, man, I didn't go outside today. And I had to ask myself, how do I feel about that? Because I know that any day could be a great day, right? As far as success goes. Just like with stocks, it's the same type of thing, or trading or gambling. It's like it could be a bad day, or it could be a horrible day, or it could be a great day. And your tunnel vision got to be there regardless. So if I don't go outside, I still got to do something, and I got to still be witty and crafty enough to make it make sense, because I don't want to go to sleep knowing that, okay, I just sat there, right? I just sat there. I'd rather have a win, lose, or draw. I don't want to just sit there because, like I said, that's almost like slapping the hands with the narcissist or slapping hands with the devil. Like, it's like that's literally what that is to me. Because it don't take nothing to lose in nature. All you got to do is be born. Because nature is mother nature, which means feminine. And feminine is competitive. Women are competitive by nature. I'm not saying men can't be competitive, but I'm saying that by nature it's a known fact that women are highly competitive. People wonder, why is it that this girl didn't like me, but then as soon as she seen this girl like me, she liked me too? Well, she don't really like you. She just wants you. You know what I'm saying? She sees your value increasing in her face. But we all have femininity inside of it. And masculinity and femininity. So even men, when they pass up on a woman and then they see that woman with somebody else, it's like, we tend to not care, but then, or in my opinion, I tend to not care, but then it's like, if my life ain't amounting to nothing, then that could probably force me to look a couple more times, but, but I'm just so, this topic is just so beautiful because failure isn't really failure. It's not really failure. Failure isn't really failure. So even though I go on these roller coaster psychological trips in circles and whatnot, I still come around to saying like, man, it's just another day. It's just another day. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow it may be sunny and it may be $1 million day. But it's like, we got so much fear and trauma because the amount of space given to us, these little spaces, right? These little spaces we're raised in with these people, it's like, we now have fear that we won't get the mansion right now, deep down within. We have fear that we won't get the bag of money. We have fear that we won't get the fast car. And we have fear of everything in between. Because we have not yet to put our hands on it. We have not got the physical affirmations of it. We've gotten the psychological neediness, which feeds back into the loop, the cycle, it feeds back into the loop. You know what I'm saying? It feeds back. Even if you study manifestation, saying I want something is to say you don't have it. So you're psyching yourself by thinking of a natural thought. But so you have to even put your pain, you have to catch that, like catching a snake, like you have to catch it. You have to be in your subconscious, studying the thoughts that pass by, you have to catch it. And you're like, oh, let me edit this. then pushes back. Oh, I'm thinking like this. Oh, I think that I'm not good enough. Why is that? Sometimes, like right now, I'm bringing myself to that consciousness, and I can hear the narc's voice going off in the background, like just in circles. Like it's like they talk in circles. Like it's almost fake. You feel me? It's like circles. Like if you really, when you're not paying attention, you think they're having a conversation. But when you really sit back and listen, you're like, oh, this is a whole trap right here. They're just talking in a circle and putting new words into the circle and with the same negative emotion to pull you into, you know what I'm saying, into that. So people know. They be like, oh, you gotta be strong to do this. You gotta be strong. They know that I ain't shit. They telling you, I know I ain't shit. I'm telling you in your face, you gotta be strong to make it out of these circumstances, out of these situations. Why do I gotta be strong to make it out of something that's I feel like should be supporting you? But there goes the problem. If you take a person who expects support and put them in a natural United States scenario today, around their own family and quote unquote friends, that person is prone to get chopped up. That he's prone to get eaten up. He's prone to get right. This is why nice guys finish last. They say don't be nice. Like I had to really realize this. Like I can't be nice because that don't make me rich. It don't get me more women. It don't get me more jobs. It don't get me nothing. It gets me views. That's really all it gets you is views. I ain't gonna lie. And everything that falls under the sub genres of views is like killed, beaten up. I don't want to go down the list. We already know what's happening to people. But being firm, which in the synonyms is to be healthy, to be strong, to be robust, is to simply tell people no and to have a standard to walk away from the situation if they don't accept you saying no. So a lot of people, parents have turned into ravenous animals in their face. Like they used to feed you little canned raviolis and stuff, act like they love you, but really they just was acting, bro. Because I'm not saying this applies to everybody, because I know it's not like that for everybody. But a lot of people's parents is fake, and you know, they say in the Bible, you know a person by their fruit. So I'm going off of the treatment. I'm not going off of what you tell me. I'm not going off of what I wish that was in place. I'm going off of the way you treat me, the ill treatment. I'm going off of the hypocrite treatment. Cause a lot of people is good for that nowadays. They buy you something, smile in your face while they're giving you what they're giving you, turn around and go right into emotional incest and abuse. This is a common American woman coming to you with gifts, and coming to you with curses. They're not coming to you just with a gift. They say if it's too good to be true, then if it seems too good to be true, typically it is. But the problem is, in America, we don't just expect that from family and friends too. What's going on, Rebecca? I'm feeling absolutely wonderful. But we're just talking about the hypocritical people in America and how that feeds into your unwillingness to accept failure. Because to accept, you may even verbally say I accept failure, but psychologically matters more than the word, right? The deep work is saying, you know what? Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, sorry for your loss. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. But nah, we stuff is real out here. You know what I'm saying? It's certainly real. And here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. Like people, uh, the world is not what we're sold. You know what I'm saying? It's not what we're sold. Sickly sold. Mm. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Uh, I hope you're doing okay over there. You know. Yeah, it is. That's that's crazy. I'll be trying to come up with solutions for issues and problems within my, 24 hours, days, and 7 days a week, and 4 weeks a month. And it seems like it's not. It seems like it's not. It seems like it's working for me. Um, but it's really not an easy world. You know what I'm saying? It can be easy, but it could be everything else too. You know what I'm saying? So like, this video is called "Acceptance of Failure" or "Learning from Failure," and that's one thing we don't do a lot of the time. We skip the lesson, the knowledge that comes out of the darkness. A lot of times we look, well, we're bred to look at the other stuff because we're raised in school and, all of it sounds positive or it just has a positive feel or the classrooms and stuff. But like when you really unpack all of that and you look at just life and you realize how, it's a cycle to life, to Mother Nature, like I was just saying, to Mother Nature, it's a cycle. The words we speak, they matter. The thoughts we think, they matter. And it's a cycle even to our body. To our body, how we treat it, how we think, how we feel, how we act, how we behave. And so that's why you can't fake maturity. You can't fake attraction. You can't fake a lot of stuff. And like me becoming this lifestyle coach or this dating coach or whatever, I consider myself more of lifestyle than dating because I try to talk about everything. But I like chemistry, I like science. And chemistry and science to me boils down to simply said why people don't like somebody or why people like somebody. It's like the votes and it's like it's no category that don't fit into, right? Music, the awards, who gets what, right? Politics. Because there's black people accepted, there's some black people highly accepted by whites, and there's some black people who could never, right? It's it's a game of like politics and self-esteem and like how other people even feel about you, other esteem, right? The value you bring to the world, you know what I'm saying? And like I've never ever looked at life that way because people accepted me for no reason. We've all been accepted for no reason. We were born into families and went to school. We were accepted for no reason. Of course, you had to be somewhat cool, somewhat nice, somewhat cordial. But it seemed like people liked you the more you wasn't nice, right? So it's like from day one, your mind is not really stable. It never has a chance to really see it at a balance. Like, okay, my parents told me this, my friends told me that, and I feel like somewhere in the middle here. And no matter which one I choose, someone's gonna feel or think something. And but it's like, no, we have to bring balance. We have to look at the negative first. Don't even look at the positives first. Learn to look at the ugly first. Because that's the hard thing to look at. That's the hard thing to look at. So it's like I be wanting to try to see, like life is a test to who? To ourselves. Because of course, if I go through something, it's going to teach a million other people something. But um, it's not going to teach everybody something. It's going to teach me the most accurate lesson. Like when we see things happen like the Martin Luther King, it took me up to the age around where I met to even know half of the meat and potatoes of what was going on around him and behind the scenes, and you know what I'm saying. So he knew though. He probably knew, right? The person going through the situation is the experienced one. It's the experienced one. And it don't matter your age. Like I'll try to tell my mom from time to time, like, you know this, but I know that. You're a woman, I'm a man still. Even if I'm a new age man, whatever, today, modern day, whatever, but can't say I'm an old school guy, but guess what? Masculinity, when I'm in my masculine, when I'm thinking my way and I'm not listening to nothing you saying, it's 100% authentic, real man. When I'm thinking like the little boy me you raised, then maybe, you know what I'm saying, I might pick up on some of what you saying and I might go, okay. You know what I'm saying? But these days, I ain't got much wiggle room, you feel me? I'm cause that's not it, you feel me? You as a woman, I'm a man, simple. That's how I see it. I don't care how no one else see it. But like I said, the way because like, let me break it down. We all are antennas. We all are antennas. Look at the way the body is shaped. We're all antennas. We're all antennas. This is chemistry. Like I just said, politics. The way someone gonna treat you is how you gonna feel about this. The way you feel about yourself is we're antenna. We're radiant. We're radiant people. Like you can feel my energy. And if you can't feel it, or you don't think you could feel it, the universe feels it, so it doesn't even matter. That's why I said, like, like this is why life is such a psychology type of thing in the first place. Because it's like, who can make who feel what? And then if both people realize that's what's happening, then it's like, who can do it first? Who can make who feel what first? Or who can make who feel what more times in a row? But I play chess a lot. I know that it's all, uh, it's like spiritual almost. It's like frequency. It's frequency. The more times you play, the better you get. The sharper you become. And like, to bring it back to the title, it still goes back to, okay, I've gotten very good, but I know I can. The only thing I've learned is that I can lose. The only thing I really, really learned is that I can lose. That's what I really, really learned playing chess. Like, it's going to be somebody who's better than me. Coming eventually. They may not, I may not lose today, I may not lose for hours, but somebody's coming. Because if I'm really playing the way I need to be playing to start to win the way I need to start to win, to get enough practice, somebody's coming. It may be the next person, may be the next the third person. Somebody's coming because that's the nature. That's you're not going. First of all, even if I played 100 horrible people in a row, I might make a mistake, or I might do something. So the only thing you really learn from doing things over and over is how much control you don't have. That's really what you pick up on after a while. Okay, I got a certain percentage of control if I move this way, if I move that way. I know how to navigate. I know how to drive this car. But the acceptance of failure is more important. Because let me tell you why. If you don't accept failure, your frequency becomes compromised. You start to, if you don't accept failure, that means you're triggered. That means you have fear of failure. If you have fear of failure, now your frequency is tampered with by whatever it is you don't want to happen. And that flow that you was in is compromised. The flow means everything. I need the flow. I need the flow. The flow is all. I need the flow. Ironically, because flow is feminine. Flow is water, like a woman. We need the woman. We need the woman. The woman is vital. I think women rule the world. I never said that, but I honestly know it somehow. Somehow, some way. Because women are elemental. Like, elemental are like fire, water, ether, and whatchamacallit? Fire, water, ether, and air. And men are like a rock, you know what I'm saying? So the elements, they move in a way that is uncontrollable. You can't control a lot of stuff. It's the fear of failure. You're either in the fear of failure or in the acceptance of failure. You're not in between it. You're not in between it. So if a situation you feel like going on and it's robbing you or something, or it's a situation that don't meet your standard, it's like black or white. You're either gonna fix it or move away or lose it, change it, whatever, edit it, or you're accepting it. It's not no you're trying to change it. It's not that ain't it. That ain't it, and that's why a lot of people aren't winning because they're on a gray area where life don't even have a gray area. If you look at nature, if a cheetah is chasing a deer, is there a gray area, or you just got to get out the way? And so nature is always acting itself out, and humans think that they're humans and they think nature is nature, but it's like nah, we're all nature. And so when it comes to terms of like health and wellness, you're either doing the right thing or you're not. It's not you're doing both. I find myself trying to do both a lot of the time, and I recognize that that's not healthy. Oh, I did not. I didn't catch you. I need to catch you on there. You know what I'm saying? I need to catch you on there. What you was talking about? Anything? Just like me, talk about anything. But we talking about something that needs to be said. And this is one thing I learned about life too. I learned about life is that nothing's happening by mistake. Even your incidental topics. This is what the trick of the enemy. I picked this card. I plucked the card. The enemy wants you to think what you talking about wasn't special. If you spiritual, then what you was talking about was special. It just wasn't a solid topic, but it was eerie. It was more up in the air, but it was important. And the enemy get us because as soon as we don't think what we were saying was right, right? Like you said, it's all about consistency. So if you're a spiritual person, that's a contrast because you're trying to turn the spiritual into consistency, which is a solid. So you're an alchemist. You're changing this into that. This is why a lot of YouTubers be giving up. This is why I felt like that at first. Like, man, I don't want to talk about spirituality too much. I want to show. I want to be like them YouTubers who just put girls in their videos. I want to be like, but it's like people gonna rock with you harder for the authenticity. And you don't even know it because you're not being authentic every day. You got to be authentic every day. And that's going to unfold the carpet like, okay, bet. I'm supposed to be hanging with these people. These people showing up. These people never rock with me from the jump. Just because I got a pretty girl in my bed, you want to share it or you want to pop up or you want to act like, oh, you heard what Will doing this, he doing that. He be having some baddies in his videos, da-da-da-da-da. I like to do that because it's fun. I like to flirt. I like to do all that stuff, right? So I think that matters too, that I get that out, that I do that. But I also feel like when I'm talking about nothing, I'm actually talking about stuff that is going to change the world for real. That's like, that's what it be a lot of the time. It feel like nothing because no one's clicking on and no one's telling you or patting you on your back. Because when you're traveling the world, you're traveling on your own. When you're going off grid with your topics, you're not talking about nothing average. You're talking about it. You're talking about what you feel like talking about. No one gonna applaud you. Still talk about God. Yeah, like no views and all. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like views don't matter. If you trying to make money, yeah. If you trying to get exposure, then it matters to what you're trying to do. But in the grand scheme of things, views don't matter. It's like integrity matters. And that go for every. This is the whole video is that like the fear of uh, acceptance or the acceptance of acceptance. Like it's like I'm not gonna make it seem like nothing overnight because this video ain't just for overnight, but it's like the topic pertains to the evolution of humankind, mankind. You know what I'm saying? Like you see it because I noticed that your subscribers are going up. I noticed like it's time, and it's like it's almost like having a baby. Your channel is like having a baby, like you know what I'm saying? And that's everything though. Everything is a build up. Like everything is a build up. It's a build up, and one thing about life is you notice the people who are really trying to stop you. You notice it, but it's not about noticing it, right? It's about putting the situation. Ma, can you close your door? You know you ain't slow, man. You just came in here and see me on like, are you like, bro? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. But you really notice the people who trying to slow you down or interrupt. Nah, it's a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I know what you mean, but like to be honest, like I know about certain things. Like I know about like you talking about like integrity is everything. So it's like you might get people who come to your channel, but they ain't really. It's like 50-50. It's gambling. You know what I'm saying? Like when you know about building a business or anything, you know about marketing, you know about promotion, you know about some people pay like somebody named Phil Colford just went live. His name popped up at the top of it. I watch him all the time. He was going on Instagram and charging people $20 to promote their stuff because he just blew up on YouTube. So it's like a lot of people think that's tricking. Oh, you paying for the views or the promotion. Just like when you go to you pay for sex. Some guys pay for sex. They're like, I don't got time to be flirting with all these women, collecting numbers and all this childish stuff. And I get off work, I'm gonna just pay for my stripper that I know. You know I'm about to take a class on business. Oh nah, you lit because I love that stuff. Like business is everything. Like everything is business. Everything. Life is transactional. That's what I was telling you when you were saying like 407. I'm like, you're right. From a business aspect, you're right. But from like business is funny because it's two things. It's simultaneous. You need integrity and you need willpower. So you gotta like be yourself, or at least be learned, or at least be like journeying or learning yourself. And then you have to also simultaneously know about business, like marketing, promoting. Um, and it's funny where I'm at because it's like ground level. I have no YouTube is not pushing my videos. YouTube is not pushing stuff. They will start to push you once you reach a certain. So in that regard, you're right. Like if you get 1,000 subs, or you get really if you get 600 subs, I think, and then you get like what 3,000 watch hours. So it matters in terms of the more subscribers you got, the more people gonna, the more likely somebody's gonna see your video. that's already subscribed to you, but so so it's all mingling, really. It's a business, so like it's all mingling. And this is even what I learned with the dating world. Like when I go out and I talk to girls at Target and stuff, it's like it's all mingling. Like 50% of them girls is not about to hit me back. You feel me? Like and a certain percent is. And those ones who do is the only ones I care about. Cause it's business. I don't care if a girl don't hit me up, dude. I'm look. I gotta still go and talk to more women. This is transactional. It's like life is transactional. This is why your parents could start hating you because they it's transaction. It's like okay, I birthed you, I raised you to 18. Now it's business after that. Before that, it was all about just hugs and kisses bullshit. I think at 1K, I don't got the app on this phone. I got it on my other phone. The YouTube thing. But yeah, I don't think I tried it on. I think let me see. I'm on TubeBuddy on his phone real quick. TubeBuddy. I never really signed in on this real quick. But I think TubeBuddy will show you like tags for your videos. Like you can do tags. Tags matter a lot. Like the videos that I got that did good, it was either titled right. If you put certain things in your title, it'll do that. Certain I forgot what it's called. Screenshot, like you got the thumbnail. All of that stuff matters. It's all that's all falls under marketing. Promotion is like if you got a YouTube, if you got a Facebook, if you putting your thing, your YouTube link on Facebook, putting it in your bio on Instagram, or using your social media as promotion. So you can even tell, like I got a friend right now, I could really hit bro up and be like, I didn't even think to do this, but this is why it's called leveraging. This is right here is called leveraging. But like I would, because I got a friend, I would tell my friend, like, or potential pal or whatever, like, hey yo bro, like, can you post my last video thumbnail in your story and just say like, oh, this is mad funny or something, whatever, or promote, whatever. And like I said, it's all rolling dice because everybody not gonna want to do that. Some people might just not want to do it, but like you can't take down personal. Like that's why life is so extreme, and this video ties right back to the acceptance of failure. Because I could say that sentence I just said, and in one breath, I don't care at all if somebody say no. But then I felt at the end of that sentence, within that same sentence, I felt a little bit like, oh man, I might not say it. Depending on how I feel that it might be received by the person, right? So it's like your mind has a way of like changing quickly. And the goal is to keep it here and ask myself, do I really want to do that? Because I might not even tell that friend. I might tell another friend to do it, right? Because my channel boils down to relationships, but also friendships. So if I'm always making new friends, I could easily hit up. I met somebody the other day on campus, college campus down the street. And even though I got removed from the cops came, they removed me. They ain't removed me, but they told me, you feel me? You gotta have a friend with you to visit type deal. and I met somebody though. So I could hit bro up and be like, yo, bro, can you post this thumbnail so the girls on campus know, like, okay, this guy right here does YouTube, and he watched him. So all of that is like marketing. Like it's like being very witty and clever about it too. Like, cause once you're in, let's look at it like this, man. Once you're in the spotlight, you're in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? That's the funny thing. People be struggling, but to be honest, you gotta struggle. But to be also honest too, you could be a little smarter sometimes. And it's like that'll frustrate you just by hearing those words, because we're about to struggle if we don't just do the thing that we know and submit to the thing to the knowledge. I learned now as I'm older now, like I just gotta agree with the knowledge. Okay, women don't like this behavior, slice it off, accept it, cause you'll thank yourself later when you like this with some women, and it's all cause you sliced off something that if you was in your pride, your ego, you would have been like, nah, bro, I grew up this way, I do this, da 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 da. Nah, that one slice changed everything. So it's all business. Like I'm trying to do 1K. Yeah, me too. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like 1K. Like I ain't gonna lie. It just feels like that's the number. Like it just feels like that's the number. But like I'm honestly gonna say, like where I am right now is humbling, because to be honest, you still do need to just, like, it's still not even about that. Like, how can I say it? Now it is, but maybe that's just something with me, because here it is, the thing with me. I talk about so many different topics that it makes me feel like, is this to blame for why I'm not just taking off? But then it might be a little bit of the problem, but that don't mean you're not gonna take off. It just means that, because I was listening to some other YouTube coaches, and some girl was like, I had a hard time picking one topic, and I'm happy I didn't pick one topic, because it fed into who she became as a YouTuber, and I needed to hear that at the time, because I was having a hard time finding one topic and saying, oh, I just want to just do this every day. I'm like, that's like death to me. I hate doing one thing every day. That's why I stopped going to school. I feel like I might as well go to jail. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So me hearing that it was a white woman say like, oh, and she was already grown up at this time. And she was like, yeah, I just do my yoga stuff, and then I do my taking care of my kid thing, and I'll do this. And she said she had some discouragement in that area. And because she just kept posting and kept trying, eventually she gained that snowball effect. People just catching on. And that's what it really be. It's that one day. It's like punching a pinata. It's like that one day you punch the pinata the right way, and the candy just dispersed all over the place. And by the time it happens, I honestly feel like you're just gonna look at it with the most intentional integrity type of feeling that you could ever have to have. Like, I really did this right now. It's gonna be an ego thing too. Like, yeah, it's impossible to not have it at that point. Because Matt, we know that we struggle. We know that we struggle. We know where we came from. We know that we came from small time YouTubers. We know that it was moments of, I don't know, all over the place. It was moments of like, should I just get a job? Should I just, am I crazy? There were moments of like, are the naysayers actually not naysayers? Like, it was moments of that. So like, when you actually just like stick to it, it's like, oh, I got all the integrity. And then all reality, that's why integrity is even a funny topic. Cause like, everybody has it, but we live in a world where it's like we want to have it and make you feel like you don't got it. But it's like, no, like everybody has a certain level of integrity. And it's like, this goes into therapy and scapegoating and why things happen and why things don't happen. But I just feel like it's all business, like you said. You talking about pain? What type of pain? Spiritual, physical, emotional, mental. I don't think I'm easily mentally pained. I think I'm more, I think I'm metaphysically pained. Like, if I feel like somebody's harming me and it starts to feel physical at any point or emotionally draining, that's my boiling point. Like, if I hang around you and I start to feel deprived of like energy and I start to feel like, okay, I gotta go meditate or do something to come back to life or eat some fruit, I'm gonna start to eventually hate you. Like, I might not hate you right now because I'm a good person, but eventually I'm like, why is this person like this? And I think that's natural. That's the only type of real pain I feel like I've dealt with. I don't think I've dealt with um certain other ones. I know they break down into different genres and stuff like that. Heartbreak, any pain, really, pain that is temporary. That kind of pain, if you get it. I know heartbreak is that kind of goes into what I was just saying. It's a metaphysical type of thing because it's metaphorical, like, right? Because it's not your actual heart yet, right? You may have heart pain eventually after they break up with you, right? After they do whatever they did to you, when you think about it and you can't get out of that slush or that sluggish, you can't get out of that depressive state just yet, or you don't even maybe know that you're going through it yet. That's evil, but it's not that evil. It's not that evil. It's not that evil either because everything must come to an end anyway. So it's just I learned in therapy pretty much that it's your perspective of the pain. It's not necessarily the pain. It's the way that you took the pain that made the pain painful. Full of pain. Painful. Just saying like you won't feel that way forever. Just saying like you won't feel that way forever. What you mean? Yeah, like yeah, I don't like that. The stuff that you won't feel forever, but people did it to you, but you gotta heal it and like get it out of your system. That type of stuff is just annoying. It's like venom. It's like a snake bit you with venom. Like you gotta get it out of you. Like it's like, bro, I didn't even have to go through this BS. It's just annoying. That's all. It's just irritating. Because once you get over anything, you realize that it was just irritating. You weren't really mad that that girl left you. You weren't really like, it has a way of psyching you into feeling that way for sure. Even when you feel like you lost something, you feel like you're trying to gain something that's vacant, like a ghost. But it's supernatural. It's not natural that you feel that way. That's supernatural because the word nothing can get away from you. I know that sounds crazy, but nothing can get away from you. We're all on one planet together in the first place. You never had nobody either. So pain is like funny. It's a joke. It's like meant to bother you. Like certain things are meant to bother you. This is why when you're in tune, like right now, I'm in tune with that. Right now, I can feel it. Like we have chakras in our body, energy centers, and I can feel more of where mine is right here, over here. This is the part of my body that needs to be healed right now, and I can feel this part. Um, and we, as humans, have the ability to heal ourselves because we can through shadow work, journaling, we can move energy. All sicknesses is energy that's blocked up. So it might be your heart chakra, it might be your crown chakra, it might be your, one of your chakras or whatever. It might be. Um, you notice when you heal certain things, it instantaneously leaves the body like a demon.
It will leave, maybe not today, but it will leave.
For sure, it will leave. And like you said, it's not always instantaneous, but I think that certain different it's different healing techniques that get to it quicker. And I've found that for me, shadow work and just journaling, putting words, finding words and being artistic about it, and finding the exact word. Because the synonym app helps me out a lot. So I might say the word like, "Oh, that person when they walked away, it felt as if I got hit with a shotgun." Right? So I added a little metaphor in there. Metaphor is like using the word like or as in the comparison or a simile or whatever. And it's funny because that's why I say I hate that type of pain. I have not felt too much real pain. Like physical pain, I have. I've been hit. I felt certain things. That hurts too. But you don't, it's a different type. I don't know. That do hurt too. Because all pain is kind of metaphysical. Because once it's over with, you remember it. So the memory is a photo in your mind. It's a photon. It's a photon. And quantumly, you remember it, and that can break you down over time and depress you after the event is even over. This is why people hate being played, because they don't hate being played. They hate the way being played made them feel, and all of the time they're left with after being played. Right? When a girl walk away from you, you don't care. You end up caring after a while. After you sit and life keeps going, but you realize, and the only reason it had time to fester, because you didn't have a lifestyle or enough wisdom to get out of that quick enough. It's like a house being on fire. You just gotta, like, a kid will die in there, but an adult will just get out because they just know better. A kid won't even touch the stove a parent or an adult won't even touch the stove in the first place. It won't even let the house get on fire. So pain is funny because it's like you have to actually want it at some age. You have to kind of want it for it to even be at work, because if you don't want it, you're going to extinguish it. And if you extinguish it and it's still following you, then you got to do more to get rid of it. That's just nature. Some things will trace you, track you, stalk you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like certain women be stalkers too. We only show the men stalkers on the TV, but I feel like women are really that a lot, because it's like, not all of y'all, but I'm saying when a guy break y'all hurt, y'all want to kill, y'all want blood. You feel me? So it's like y'all act like y'all don't be looking, watching. Y'all act like y'all don't be doing, but nah, man, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot behind a lot. So yeah, it's a lot behind a lot. So like I always tell guys, don't play with these women's heart, because it's just not something you want to do. Don't do it because you're gonna hurt her. Do it because you're gonna hurt yourself. Nah, for real. Don't just do. Don't do it because it's not nice. It's not nice. You feel me? Don't do it because it's not nice. For real. And like we said in this video, it's about integrity. And integrity, you wouldn't hurt somebody if you didn't want to be hurt, right? So it's just that simple. It's just that simple. Don't hurt somebody you don't want to be hurt. So don't do it. But some people need to be trained to know how and in what way am I not going to do that thing like that. Because people organically get hurt because we put them in a system and program them to want to be players and pimps and have hoes. So you must unprogram them to not want to be that guy. Otherwise, because the woman is just following the guy. I honestly do feel like most women would never even cheat. I know. Women are still going to cheat. But y'all all aren't that. Y'all all aren't going to do that. So it's like, if the men were better, the women would certainly tighten up. They'll have no choice. So I do believe, man, like the integrity of the man means a lot. You know what I'm saying? The integrity of the man means a lot. So like that the stuff you talk about as far as church and God, this is why a godly man will actually be more of a wholesome man a lot of the time than somebody who's just out here because the type of rules that you're living by already. So I talked about the fear of failure today, but I also do feel like I gotta make it alive about values and boundaries and standards and those things because I can't say the yin without the yin. I can't say, hey, accept failure. Who's gonna listen to that, right? I know I wasn't gonna listen to that, so I know for a fact I gotta tie the peanut butter with the jelly, and I gotta go ahead and say, okay, I just gave y'all the jelly, the sweet part, to accept that failure, right? The sweet. You sound easy. It don't sound easy, but when you hear me talk, it's like, okay, let me accept this failure. But you need the butter, the peanut butter, right? The part of it that's gonna make it solid and it's gonna add to it. The boundaries that you have, the principles and those things. These things save lives, right? If I tell you to accept failure, that could be very dangerous too. But if you add the codes, the laws, the rules, the principles, the boundaries, the standards to it, it's going to become a beautiful sculpture, right? Very solid, very stoic, very self-preservation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like now, I told you one of my boundaries is on No Nut November. Is really going like that with these women. So it's like that. And if I'm gonna tie that to what I'm saying right now, that makes women respect me more. Anything you make a promise to yourself that you keep, it makes you respect yourself more, and it makes everyone around you have to. They have to. They can't not. They'll be lying literally to you and to themselves to not respect that because they truly, as humans, we truly respect people. As organisms, as chemistry, we respect things that are indestructible. Like anything solid, right? Anything solid around us, we know we can't just go get through. It's demanding of respect, without saying it, but it's demanding it. So when I meet a woman and I try not to have sex versus all the guys who's trying to do it, it's just a little bit of a different sauce, and typically what that leads to is better chemistry anyway. More trust. It leads to a lot more trust. And I don't think guys realize that, but Like I said, we got to be trained to know it and to actually not only think it, but down here, understand it, understand it. Down here. When it get in your core, in your heart to be this way, uh, spiritual birth. When it get like that, you really winning because you're releasing that old little kid that you were, the one who got indoctrinated into porn and watching porn and just felt like life was like porn at a certain age. And it's like you have to be reborn again out of that. You have to actually know that even if a girl throw it at you, okay, cool, that's cool, but you gotta just know like, first of all, you don't know what you're most 98% of men right now, and I can't wait till I get famous so I can have a worldwide discussion about this. And I'm gonna just put guys in the live. I'm gonna challenge them all. Do you know what your sperm consists of? Do you know? Can you break down what's inside of your nutsack in such a way where you're making it valuable? Can you explain the ingredients, or are you just a guy that was born male gender who feels that you're a man, or do you actually are you actually grateful enough to actually read the ingredients and know, like, okay, when I bust a nut, I'm giving this away. Because most men, they would change their whole outlook and would be better men if they just simply read the ingredients. Because then they would not. They would be more peculiar. They would be more precise about who they give that to. And that will literally change a life. It will change your life. It will change your life. Because now you're, by consequence of knowing that, you're automatically going to stop having as much or trying or beating your meat as much. You're going to automatically retain that. And retaining it is good for you. Because your spine and stuff, anything, any bone, anything white in your body, like sperm, will become more revitalized. Like your eyes, your nails, your hair. Well, your hair is not white, but it's certain elements of the universe. It comes straight from your nuts. And people don't really notice that. As soon as you bust a nut, you want to go to sleep because your body want to restore because you feel dead now. Well, not dead, but like you release. Your body naturally is used to carrying that, and it wants to build it back up instantaneously. There is no human on earth alive that doesn't. There's no man on earth alive that don't have 1% of sperm inside of it. So if you were to lose all of your sperm, I think that you would die. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, but it just makes sense to me. It just makes sense to me. I mean, your dad is the foundation. He came straight from his nutsack into your mom, and she helped to produce you, but she was secondary. The father was the origin. And then women say, "Oh, we could just do the two girls, and we can still make babies. We just gotta get some of the bone marrow from the other girl." Well, bone marrow came from sperm. Even if you do that, you're making like a sub, a sub, uh, well, you're doing it in a subway, like without the original thing, like without the main person. You're doing it, but it took two of y'all, and it took some of your bone, and bone is made out of sperm. So where did that sperm come from? Where did the bone come from? Where did your bone come from? It came from that. So like it's a toss up with that, right? It's the infinity sign right here. Who came first, the mother or the father, the chicken or the egg? Nah, it's not about who came first. It's just the role. The role is a status. It's just it's a stamp. It's what it is or what it ain't. But it is what it is. And so it's like um, yeah, I can't wait to just call people up. Hey, can you break down how important your sperm is? Not to you, because I don't want to. Oh well, to me it's like this, and then I'm the king of Nazareth. No, I'm saying, what is it? If you're selling a woman and telling her she should drink this, or she should put this in her body, or on her body, or whatever, why should you? I know you could get real poetic and say, oh, because I'll be doing it sometimes, like, nah, she can't get the golden sperm. I just be joking. But I be serious. But I also know, like, okay, you could flirt like that. You could say little smooth stuff like that. But in all reality, if you don't know scientifically what it is, you're a joke. Because these scientists all know what it is and how it works and how to reduce it in your body and make you a weak beta male and know how to enhance it to testosterone in this guy. Testosterone meaning testy, testosterone, testicle. So, you know what I'm saying? This is why they tell you when you play sports, don't have sex the night before. You're going to be lazy. You're going to be empty. Your sperm is your creative energy. When I beat my meat, I just don't feel like creating nothing. But when I don't, like for days, when I don't beat my meat for days, like it's like my thoughts are way more creative. I got a bigger canvas to paint with, like no pun intended, but I really do. Like it's like my mind. It's like if my mind metaphysically had arms, it's like it's reaching out, grabbing. Oh, look at this paintbrush. Look at this idea. Are you stupid? You been supposed to do this one. You forgot about that idea last year. Like my mind's like that when I'm able to pull and be resourceful, right? And retain ideas. But we don't know how important our sperm is a lot of times as young men and stuff like that. No one teaches you that. So, of course, you're going to be overlooking it and you're just going to eat whatever, think whatever, feel whatever, move like whatever, and just be having fun. And that's going to be more valuable to you. And having fun is going to be a unconscious priority to you. When your priority should actually just be to be a solid individual. And that's the bare minimum. But that should at least be the thing. Like that should be every day you wake up, that's what I'm trying to focus on. It's not to graduate school, it's not none of the stuff anybody on earth could ever put in my head to do. Because to bring it back to sperm, it's creative automatically. God gave it to us. It's creative. I don't need advice on what path to take in life. This is why Nat, I told you the 400 subs you got is valuable because it's not about it is about getting to the 1K. But in terms of uh what's really valuable, the priority okay, I can't tell you the priority because the priority is felt in your heart. Because to me, hitting 1K is one of my priorities. But it's like I had to really humble myself, like, bro, like you want the 1K, but you also want people who just actually gonna come back. And that, to be honest, you one of them that's gonna come back. Like, and that's why I'm thankful for you, to be honest. And it's like no Screams is another one, and Fabiana. It's somebody I met. But all in all, it's like you don't need a million people to have that. Because you get every time you get that, it feels good. Even if I got 2 subscribers, but one of them is Matt, it's still like okay, Matt rocking with me. You know what I'm saying, but we don't develop dependency. We don't develop dependency, but we develop acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying? We don't develop like, oh, I need this person to come in for me to operate, because that can happen too. But you develop admiration, like happiness, like okay, like I appreciate this person because this person actually is rocking with me. They're not saying it, they showing it, and you peep it, and I forgot what I was saying before that, but yeah, you just know. So it's like the the the. And then also, you're more likely to keep posting too if you notice that somebody is no matter why they're there, but they're there. This is like how fatherhood is in a way. A lot of people, fathers, don't have to actually hug them or actually throw a football with them. Just being there, you feel me, is a lot. You feel me? So it's like that means something. You know what I'm saying?
Some days I just don't have the energy to post for you.
Yeah, like I think yesterday I didn't post nothing. I think I might have posted a live, but like typically going live for me is a cop out. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like it's not a cop out. Like when I first was going live every day, when I first started going live, I wasn't copping out. I was actually copping in. You know what I'm saying? But like sometimes if I don't post, because it's both, right? It's somebody named Jordan, Jordan the Chosen One. He go live like every weekend, I think twice or something like that. He go live typically on the weekend, but he posts maybe 2 to 3 videos every day or he every other day. Like he's real big on YouTube, but he's really consistent. And he was one of the people I was watching when I first started kind of making the Chosen Ones content a little more, and I started to actually see some like results in that area. And I was like, man, like I started going live because bro was going live. I didn't even think I was going live. I don't even think I could go live at first or something. I don't remember, but it's like when he go live, a lot of people coming in. He still gotta wait for people to get in there, but when people start coming in, they start coming in. And like I just know that it's like night. It's two different things. Like posting and going live is like it's like night and day. It's like the same. It's like on this. It's like the same thing, but in two different things. And it's like it's both beautiful because the post is the more quick thing. Like okay, like it's not really quick. Sometimes like 8 minutes ain't really quick to me. I think that's my problem. Like it depends what I'm talking about. Like but 8 minutes sometimes don't be quick. So like making 2 to 3 videos, it could kind of wear me down real quick. So where I'm like, okay, let me post these, let me lay back down. Like I don't even feel like doing nothing. 2, 3 videos, 8 minutes, or even hell, even 2 minutes sometimes. Like just the fact that I had to just get into, you feel me? It's just like it's not your natural state of just being off camera. When you're off camera, you don't care how you look. You don't care. You care how you look, but it's like it's just two different. It's just like I don't know, two different things. Like so, like I feel like having a playbook on how you're gonna stay consistent helps you to stay consistent. You know, when you don't have a playbook, it could be just writing down a little. Like if I had a little piece of paper right here, I'd be like, okay, I want to post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I couldn't be that person. I can't lie. I can't be that person because I feel like it would take longer. And the situation I was in at the time is like I want it now. So that was my demon. I had to really keep going and also like transition the thirst for it into more love because the thirst was overpowering the love because the thirst was saying, um, kind of like even when I hear Rick Ross and them talk, sometimes Rick Ross be like, I heard him say it was no other option. I had to do it. Like, and I related to that. Like, bro, like I tried YouTube before. It was actually doing alright. I stopped. I don't know why I stopped. I stopped a couple of YouTube channels. I don't know what happened. I just felt like my consistency game had no game. Like, so I always would be like, bro, like I'm never gonna do it. I'm never gonna take off without that. So you lost already because you don't got the number one thing you need. So I had to really get into the science of that a little bit, look at that a little bit, break that down, look at that. Like, what is consistency and where does that even come from? Because some people just got it just for no reason. Like, some people, you know, obviously I don't know if they struggled a little bit sometime, but like my favorite YouTuber, DDG, or my, you know, I used to watch him a lot, but he just was like consistent. Like, I don't know if I caught him at a time where he was already, he did have a couple thousand subs, but it was like, he was like rocking and rolling. Like he had, you know, it's like, I feel like what the difference between me and him was I was somebody who used to be in a different lifestyle and then I jumped into trying to play with the YouTube thing. And for him, he knew that I want to do YouTube and this is what I'm going to do. He had the mindset I have now back then to where he is today. And this is why I don't change my mindset at all. I don't let it be touched. I don't let my mom, I don't let nobody. I had a cousin come over to my house. He's like, bro, you ain't posted it. Like he was like, I ain't seen my cousin in months. But he was like, came over for like a cookout. And this was like a minute ago actually. My mom had something over here and he was like, just kind of like testing me, like on some big cousin channel, like, yo, like, what do you want to do with yourself, like, da 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 da. And my YouTube wasn't even where it's at right now. It was really at probably like 200 or something, like, but I was trying to bang it in his head, like, bruh, are you trying to tell me I'm not consistent with YouTube? But I only had 200, but he didn't understand that even with the 200, he didn't know where my heart posture was at. My heart posture was already set in stone. Like, I'm going to get rich or die. It's not, you don't even understand how much I'm about to stay consistent this time. And it's funny to me because I was like, what, you want to film right now? Like, we could do something right. He thought I was joking, so he sat down. I'm like, okay, good. Let me grab this. All I gotta do is get the phone, da 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 da. And I was about to set it up. And then he hopped up and he was like, nah, you know what? I don't even look this way. I'm like, all right, so stop playing with me because you think that you trying to test me, but you about to really be on camera with me and thinking that I said, yo, I film 2 to 3 times a day. I know people who drop 9 videos a day, da and they blow up. Because guess what, Nat? We be thinking that if I do that, I'm going to ruin something. Or I'm going to step on something. Or I'm going to trip over it. It be feeling like somebody watching me. And if I post 9 videos for 9 days, that something, a cop or somebody going to pull up and arrest me. And it's funny because that's just how we feel. But in all reality, what might happen is that nobody gives a damn. But the people who end up subscribing to you, the new people, because you putting in a amount of work ethic that you never even fathom, and then you might take off in that same 9 days. You might take off. Because to be honest with you, Matt, I was getting the most subscribers the quickest when I was posting, I think, 6 videos a day or 7. I think at one point I was trying to post 9. So the statistics are there. I'm the problem. And I still be, like right now, I'm happy we having this convo because I think I posted 4 the other day, 2 days ago. But it's even been a while since I did that. And it's like you have to do it, but stay healthy while you're doing it because it do take something out of you. I feel like the energy that you're putting in, I feel like it do take something out because it's like people think it's just sitting in front of the camera talking. It's like, God, you don't understand, bro. Like, you just don't understand. You feel me? So I just be trying to tell people, like, bro, like, no one's gonna believe it until they see it. I might not even blow up off of a chosen one video. I might blow up off of a Riz video talking to females. I might blow up off of anything. So if you think about blowing up, it's literally just making sure you carry the camera with you every day, everywhere you go. Because you don't know. That's the part that's intimidating, but it's also beautiful when you say, I know I don't know. Like I said about chess earlier, the only thing I learned by doing it over and over again is that I don't know when that Chinese guy from across the world gonna link in and he's going to play me and he's going to beat me in 2 moves, 3 moves. It's gonna be almost beautiful. It's gonna hurt a little, my ego, but it's gonna also be like, I knew he was coming. It wouldn't be fun if he didn't come. Because I kept playing people with a 200 overall, and I kept winning. And I wasn't growing through that. I mean, a little bit, right? It's easy then. But when that Chinese person from Tokyo logged on, and he's been playing chess with his father since a kid, I was able to see what a true ass whooping was like. Even though it was on me, I still know how to I could take his move and use it next time. Right? So it's like, I could add that into my repertoire, or what, I don't know how to say the word, repertoire, whatever. I could add it, but I couldn't never see it if I didn't play that high level player. So sometimes I just sit back, watch other people YouTube too, and be like, okay, this is a high level player right here. So even though my channel don't got as much oomph right now, or as much zeal or energy or whatever, look at the people who already where you want to be, but look at them in a way where it's like, never settle. Never let your channel settle. I can't speak for you, Nat, because I feel like for me, I wouldn't tell that advice for everybody. But for me, I'm a mobile, what's the word? A nomad. Meaning I don't really got a house right now. I don't got a car, but I plan on having a car. I like to travel. Like the way I was raised, my mom always moved us around. So I sometimes find that my glory ain't gonna come from consistency as much as it's gonna come from difference. So like when we're doing Chosen Ones videos, but then suddenly now I'm making Riz videos. But if I touch a big amount of views on a Riz video, people gonna think I'm just a Riz channel. But then when they click on it, they're gonna see some spiritual stuff. It's gonna confuse them a little bit. But I'm gonna be so much of an individual that I'm not gonna care. Because just because I got Riz, I gotta stave off being a spiritual guy. Like, nah, I'm just gonna be the first version of you. I'm going to be the first me. It's probably other guys already doing it, but that's none of my concern. I'm gonna be the first me, and that's all I really want. I want the trophy. I want the plaque, and then to think back and then say, "Oh, I did this being me." That's priceless. That's why I like DVD because it's like I seen that he was able to mix in the cinematic and the pranks and stuff with being who he really was. That made me say, "Oh man, I could watch this guy every day." I feel at home when I'm watching him. I could order some KFC or some pizza and just watch him. So I feel like it's about being funny. You know, we're like Matt. We're officially Jamie Foxx. We're officially Kanye. We're officially these people who we've been watching. We just don't got the numbers yet, but we're on the way. This conversation we're having right now needed to be had because we're on the way. Sometimes you're on the way or you're on the path, but because you're not speaking as if you're there, like an affirmation, because you're not speaking like you're at it, you're going to miss the next 200 subs. Why do I say that? Because I'm not saying you're going to miss them because you're still going to get them anyway. What I'm saying is, when it comes to hustling, because I remember we used to shovel for money and do stuff, you're gonna averagely make about a $200 or $300 if you do it the right way. Anyway, how are we gonna get that 500 or that 1,000? How are we gonna make 1,000? We gotta go to the rich neighborhood. We might have to put in a little more work, but we're gonna get paid better. And so it is smarter, not harder. But it's also taking the going hard to the smart. So it's like I feel like this. I gotta talk, not as if I have it. Well, I do gotta do that too. But I gotta also really trick my cells and my body into feeling like I got it or that it's coming. And it's not a trick, but it's almost like tricking it because as you've been going through the losing process, your whole body has been our body is made of cells and it has momentum. Basically, what I'm trying to say, it has momentum. So while your parent is talking to you crazy and this and you're remembering how your ex did that to you, and it all adds up for you to not get over and pass. But getting over and past comes with so many perks. It comes with the success. It comes with the 1K. It comes with the plaque. It comes with the, being able to order out whenever you want. It comes with the being able to get your first apartment, the screen, the TV. It comes with the being able to stream for a whole night, and everybody just is coming in there, and they're acknowledging you, and let me tell you the coldest part about it. The coldest part about it is that you're awakened after this. You're awakened, so you know how to block a person who's a hater. You know how to give a rinse to somebody who's a lover. You know how you know it now. You know the game now. When I play chess, I play almost every night. If I get bored in the nighttime, I'm playing that game. So it's like I know it now. I know it now. Like I can't not know. I can't not know that. Like I don't know. I just know. I got chemistry. Chemistry. If you type in the word chemistry, it means rapport. Right? Rapport. When you build rapport with somebody, it's like you know them. You know them now. You know them now. When I go to Target, it's somebody who I met that we was saying Snapchat. Uh, he's a security guard there. I know him now. You can't go back. Like, I know you now. Whenever I see him, he's like, "Yo, what's up?" Can't be that stranger now. Like I'm. It's beautiful, but it's also sometimes like, dang, I just want to walk in here. But it's like you can't not know it because every cell in your body knows it. So it's like the thing about being a YouTuber too, I feel like a lot of people don't swim in it. I got a mentor I watch on YouTube every day. He goes live almost every night. So the little bit of live I'm doing, it ain't nothing, bro. It ain't nothing. That guy is live every day, once a day, and he's another person besides Jordan, the chosen one, who made me feel like, man, like, cause you get paid the same, the watch hours and stuff is the same. So it's like, if you're going live, it's almost like the same. So it's like you got to do the videos, but simultaneously you hitting up that live, but then simultaneously promoting yourself, but then simultaneously marketing yourself. Which marketing falls down into categories of like how you look, how you behave, how you act. I got a weak marketing scheme. Like my marketing, I'm the same. I dress the same way as if I was just skateboarding down the street and going somewhere. And I have not put in. Some people like pe- people put a crown on their head, talk about the chosen ones, and they do it up because they understand that, hey, I'm not just a chosen one. I'm a YouTuber. So like I gotta, you know, I represent something and I have to put my best foot forward with it. Like for me, I'm still I'm not necessarily doing all that, but I love what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not tripping, but it's just like never trip off of the viewers that's here. I never trip off the subscribers that's here that's not clicking because you're still swimming in the ocean and you're still going to run into people who are going to be loyal and stay. You're not done. A lot of people, they think they've done because they feel like they've done. But that's just a feeling that has to come up as a consequence to you um, not doing YouTube before and knowing the game. Like I said about chess, once you know it, you know it. So once you know it, that trick you could spot it within yourself. Like, okay, my body's kind of tricking me into feeling like I can't because I got 700 subs. That 700 people should be in it, or at least half of it, or a quarter of it. That's BS. That's my ego. That's my ego because I just don't need it. And God, if we want to talk about God, God is the one who will tell you those words. I'm not going to give you nothing you don't need right now. But like you said, Matt, when you're taking off, you'll start to realize that, okay, I didn't get it the way I thought it should look. It didn't look the way I thought it should look. But I'm thankful it didn't look the way I thought it should look. Because if it looked the way I thought it should look, I wouldn't have had no pain. I wouldn't have had no pain. Because I would have been telling everybody to shut up. Because if right now I had 700 people in here because I got 700 views, subs, I would be saying to myself, I would be in a whole different energy. Because I would be saying, okay, this YouTube stuff wasn't hell. It was kind of easy. It wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy. But the route we're on, see, people don't realize that the people who it's harder for is the people who are just different. That's all. We're unique. So because we're unique, YouTube have figured out people. All people. Because anybody could create a YouTube. But they don't know that by making it about anybody, they're going to come across certain individuals who are chosen. Because you're so different that we couldn't even promote you when you first started doing what you were doing. Because you had no actual, like, place on YouTube. You had to pave a way so that many other people could come in after you. Like how my boy BDG did. If I never start watching him, I wasn't even a YouTube watcher before that. Really. I was like in school and doing some other things. I came home from school, started hitting the gym, eating pizzas and stuff, and watching YouTube. And like, man, I ain't about to sell weed no more, man. I'm about to just chill out. And I'm watching DG. I'm like, man, this is interesting. Like, what type of lifestyle he got? Like, he's around some bad chick named Jimmy. He's hopping out of this new car and stuff like that. It was interesting. Like, how do you get this fast car? How do you get this? But no, it was very interesting to see that. And I'm about to eat some garlic plantain right now. I'm about to choose a couple of those. But no, it was very interesting. And yes, this is how I open my shit. I'm not bougie. I just gotta do it like this. But yeah. No, I'm gonna come on. I'm gonna come on for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna come on. Yeah, we're gonna talk about pain. We're gonna talk about. I'm gonna hear you. I'm gonna listen to you talk about pain. And you said heartbreak, right? I'm talking to some females right now. Yeah, that'd be cool. When you gonna message me on Instagram? But yeah, I was talking to a couple girls right now, and I was thinking to myself, okay, I was thinking to myself recently, like, man, it's a thin line between raising women up and one of them women actually knowing how to raise you up. Gotta be careful. Talking to the fellas out here right now too, like, it's a thin line. So when you talk about heartbreak, I only have I only have one real relationship, like, and so deep down, you want to change. You not so you're not talking about you want to talk about drugs instead, or you want to talk about both? Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't really do any drugs. I like to smoke. If I am gonna smoke, I would smoke herbs, like herbal blends, like a little bit of like there's certain leaves and stuff, certain things out here that you can smoke. In America, they teach us about marijuana only for some odd reason, but it's many things and Mother Nature. It's not really drugs at that point, but I think when it go into the laboratory, of course, anything that goes into the laboratory is now officially removed away from Mother Nature, so it's always a drug. But I just see drugs a little different. But the food is drugs, so I got some on me. So I be fasting and stuff. So get that out of me. Get that out. You know what I'm saying?
They want me to do a story time on my best date.
Ooh, that's interesting. I don't gonna lie. That's very interesting. Oh, yo, Nat, just today. See, I ain't got no fetish, so I have to tell a chick to, we'll have to cut to the, you feel me, the chin. I have $1 in my pocket. I only have $1. Like I could get a loaf of bread in the store. We could go feed the ducks and talk. Feed the ducks. It's a park right here. We can sit at the park. We can talk. But I feel like I'm at the point where my conversation could be just enough. And I always been able to do that since a youngin'. But I'm saying now that I'm older, a lot of guys nowadays can't do it for some reason. Like they gotta either pay on a date or like they either gotta go on a date or they can't really mate. But the values between women and men are different. Women aren't just trying to mate. Women are actually are hoping that they find somebody who they could fall in love with. I think some women just want to mate though. But for me, man, I'm trying to get to know you in the intimate way. You feel me? Trying to build some chemistry. Mm. Interesting. Love takes time. Can you expect? Can you go deeper on that? These things called post postpones. It's like plantains with like some banana type shit. Like I honestly, I don't know. I feel like when I was younger, I used to like these more. But yeah, when I get a job, which I should have one, you feel me? I invite a girl out for ice cream, you feel me? Ice cream. I feel like when you got money, you don't even gotta do the, you don't even gotta do the standard thing. I don't know. I'm such a wannabe slick talker that I'm gonna always try to talk. Like, hey, if I bag you, I don't say the word bag. I don't like it. It sounds immature. If I approach you at Walmart when you work at Walmart, and it's a McDonald's right here, or unless I got my scooter, if I got my electric or gas scooter, you feel me, you can hop on the back, you feel me? And then we go to Starbucks. Or we could go to Top, what's it called? Dip Top, the ice cream shop. Um, but I'm not spending over $5 to $10. I'm not even spending $10. I'm not spending over $5. I can't, you feel me? Because What do you think? What they don't like. My boy No Screens in the building. What's going on with you? We just talking about this date life. You feel me? Me and Pretty Matt chopping up about this date life. No, I just ran down on some sisters yesterday. Last night, on the way home, I'm like, man. I said to myself, I said, wouldn't it be beautiful if I just ran into some women right before I went in the crib? I hear some laughing behind me. I'm like, okay. Because lately I've been finding a lot of women who live like in my neighborhood. So it's like, when I go to Target and Walmart, that's a little bit out. Like, it's like the next neighborhood. Like, I gotta pin that real quick. Cause I honestly gotta agree with you, and I feel like I was coming down on myself today, cause I was like, man, you know what it is, bro? I be having to leave the crib, like this is my mom's spot, so I be like, bro, I gotta just grow up. Like by any means, like there's no reason I'm a YouTuber and I'm not doing things or pushing the meter. So that's where that whole thing even came from. And it started by me just saying, okay, as a YouTuber, you don't gotta just do it the way I was doing it. And it's like, the type of YouTube I watch be people who do stuff like that anyway. If they do both, like I watch a variety of YouTubers. So it's like, if I was to not do that, I would be caring what people think. Like I'd be caring about like people thinking I'm like, oh, he's spiritual, but he's doing this, and that goes against God, and this and that. Like, it don't go against God, but it's kind of like one of them is being a nuisance a little bit. You feel me? Like while these females are shopping, you bothering people, but at the same time, it's like I was saying this yesterday when I was walking from Walmart to myself. I was like, you're not really you. I was like, you're bothering people, but that's because most women are just going to shop and buy stuff. But you're not. You're not really bothering them if your riz is up to par. If you're saying the right stuff, which happens, you feel me, sometimes. Yeah, you just gotta live like. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. Because 50% of my day, I also talk about making friends too. So it's like, before I went in Walmart yesterday, I didn't even post a video from yesterday. It wasn't post worthy to me. But before I went into Walmart, I was just chilling inside McDonald's. And the McDonald's is next to the Walmart, so it's like the McDonald's was just like uh it's a little popping. It's not too popping, but it's like you said, it's a little bit of life in there. You might see a couple girls, but I ain't running down on too much in McDonald's unless I really feel like, I'm just really sitting there charging my phone for real. But when you go in Walmart or Target or wherever you go, it's like people just trying to buy their cereal, their milks, or whatever they trying to do, and what it really be is the workers start to remember you at that point, like, cause I'm a type of guy. When I see the workers, especially if you cute, like I'm be like, yo, there's some girl in Walmart. Every time I see her, I'd be like, what's up, redhead? You feel me? I'm just gonna automatically put it into a place where you might want to fuck me. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. You might want to get with me at some point in life. You feel me? While I go make a YouTube video and flirt with the citizens, because the citizens, that's where it's at. Because I'm gonna keep it 100. These girls that be working at the jobs, they be thinking they're a little bit not better, but they be feeling like it depends which one you run into. Some of them really just gonna be down. But even if you get the one from the place that you're going to film it tomorrow, you're gonna have to see her every time you go in there. Like I got a shorty from McDonald's. And I seen her the very next day. And I was like, damn. She see me standing here not doing nothing with my life right now. At least that's what it looked like. You know, who's ever in here, can y'all comment the ages below that is too low for you to like, what's the age that you would not go under? Cause I know the legal age, but I'm saying, like, what age would y'all not date under? And why? No, but I've been running down on everything for sure. And I'm gonna keep doing it only because it's like, that's just the way it gotta be. I'm gonna be 100. It's just the way it gotta be, because me and Nat was just talking about business, and it's like, it's business. Like, also, like, everything is transactional. Sex, energy, conversation, money. It's all transactional. So every girl not gonna hit me back. 50% of them to 70%, they're not doing that. They're not hitting me back. They ain't go in there for that. Also, nah, for sure. You know what it is, bro? Like, when I first started this YouTube channel, I also said, like, make a daily schedule. This is how I started. Like, I didn't even start just going in there till just now, but I made the daily schedules when I first made this channel. That was like, because I was being a lifestyle coach. I'm like, anybody who come to me for coaching, I'm gonna tell them to do what I did, which was to start a daily schedule and to make it from Monday to Monday, from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Because I noticed that when I get the most women in my life, it's like stocks. It go up and down. But what makes it stable is that I have a daily lifestyle. So when I'm going into Walmart, I'm not just going in there to bother y'all women. In fact, we got common ground. You came in here to buy something, I'm coming in here to make some money. Or do a YouTube video, aka make some money. But that gives me more swag versus me just trying to get your, like, I'm not trying to take nothing from you. I'm not trying to get your number. I'm not trying to make you like me. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to make you see this guy, wow, this guy's attractive. But a lot of them women, like I said, like, I don't even be risen, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I be risen, but I don't be risen, bro. Man. Yesterday I was walking back from Walmart. I was like, I know what I gotta do. I know what I gotta do. I know what part of the game I have to turn the knob on. And I was doing it earlier today. It's a part of the game that got to do with how you make the woman feel. And I gotta add it onto my daily schedule. Because when you out here, you might stop at a Wendy's, you might stop at a, you feel me? You might stop inside these places. And it's key that you work on your mouthpiece. Because when you get in these women's face, all you gotta do is up the attraction. It's like a beach ball, you gotta keep it up. Because they're looking for a reason to say no, to be honest. That's just naturally how women are. They're narcissistic. Like, they're looking for a reason to get you out their face. They'll lie you out of their face. I got a boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. Straight lying. Straight lying. They're women, so they've got chaotic energy. They could be chaotic. So instead of just telling you, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm not attracted, I had a boyfriend, you ain't never had to lie to me. I just talked to 10 women before you. I'm about to talk to 20 more. All you gotta do is say, but that women are not direct creatures. They will never just tell you, I'm good. They don't do business like that. So, we as men gotta think forward and know what it is that I gotta work on. So we gotta examine where we went right and wrong before the day ends. So when I'm walking back from Target or Walmart, I'm thinking to myself, like, what part of the game am I lacking? And I had to see it. And so when I got almost back to my house, like I told you, I ran into 2 women. One of them just texted me, like while I'm on here, one of them just texted me. They live right near my crib. No screens, I'm learning as I go. I ain't never had no game. Never had no game. Women would like me a little bit, but I guess I had unspoken riz back then, but the spoken riz is a whole nother level of fun and a whole nother level of control, bro. Not saying you want to control them, but I'm just saying we have to because we're the man. So like, it's a whole nother level of sexuality, right? It's a whole nother level that they see you as dominant because you know how to articulate to them what you want them to do. When you see them, like, you know how to paint the picture. You know how to not let things get awkward. See, the stuff I do on camera, it be like front. It's like front. Like, it's like, this social media. But I said to myself earlier, the game really starts when you get on a text message. And it go from, I met you in public, where we still was surrounded by, 18 to 25 other people walking through an aisle or something. But the moment I text you and say, hey, this is Will from Walmart, or this is Will from blank. The reason why I'm texting you, and I said no screen. I said I give the woman my number. I do. I haven't been doing that lately because I either give them my Instagram, or I'll give them my number, or I'll take their number, whatever the 3. But when I have my business cards, which I had down south, I give them my number off the top. I give them my number, and I make sure to do that because I had success with that. Giving a woman my number, I had success with that, like, because it's egotistical, like, it's dominant. I'm the boss. You call me. All the value is here. Yeah, I approached you because I have to. Because women aren't direct creatures. I'm a man. I had to approach you. But once I got in your range, it's fair game. Right? All rules are off. There's no big you, little me. This is not Instagram. I'm not a fan. I'm in your face and I'm telling you. And the way I'm talking to you is it's equalizing your narcissism to you. So you're realizing somebody who you don't have power over. Because I'm freely moving as a man. I'm telling you what I want. I'm telling you what I like about you. Why I can. And you can't understand why am I not scared of you. You can't understand it. A lot of women gonna run from that because they don't believe it. They don't trust it. Either he got a lot of women or he's some young guy just trying to run game. But a lot of women gonna go for it regardless. Because as humans on this rock spinning through the world, we all just wanna have fun. We all wanna live. Like Bruh said, we wanna live. So it don't matter if you're women 40, 50, no matter if they 30, 20, they wanna have fun. That's the common denominator. So when you risen, you're only not bothering them if you know how to keep the beach ball up while y'all talking. If that beach ball comes below the certain line and it starts to become too much awkwardness or just clumsiness, then it's going to be like a chance of rain. Meaning a chance of rain means she not calling you. And that's not even rain to me no more. But it's metaphorically speaking. But nah. You women are all over the place, man. I don't do too much talking though because it's like 50% of this stuff is done offline. It's done offline. It's like I said, it's in the text and it's in the sex. You feel me? Nah, I'm just playing. It's in the text and it's in the shadows. Like women are like catty creatures, so like a lot of the stuff they gonna do, they only gonna show it on the screen when you're the one like when you do the YouTube or when you do like. But 98% of stuff women be doing behind the scenes, so you have to be dominant. I feel like with me, I have to be dominant but slick at the same time. Like I have to dominate you, like a chess game. Like I have to make you feel like I hate to say this to the ladies, but I have to make them feel like I'm better than them or above them. I know that sounds very narcissistic, but I'm not doing it on purpose. That's what makes it not narcissistic. I just know that the man is the leader. So I will not let a woman lead me anywhere. Period. So if she get to talking and leading the conversation, I'm gonna get to thinking to myself, road A, road B, which one am I going to choose? Sometimes I'll listen, but a lot of the times they don't really need me to be listening to them. Because I'm not trying to follow you into that. I'm trying to lead you where you need to go to be a better woman, which is, I don't want to say it, but like just more feminine, to be honest. Women can't rest in their femininity. Women can't rest in their femininity around a guy who's not leading. They can't. Like the girl I met yesterday, when I ran down on them, she was like, it was a little dark outside, so she was like, I was about to elbow you, da 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 da. Like, I'm like, nah, you good. I said, I'm not a creepy guy, nothing like that. See, I just I had to disarm her because I know how the situation may have looked. I had to tell her that I'm a friendly guy, you feel me? I live in the neighborhood, this and that. So through conversation, you can show confidence. And through confidence, you're leading already. It's our natural place to be leading. But the world don't want you doing that, so it's gonna try to snip that. And women are trained nowadays to to um to test you on that quickly. And I'm like, nah, listen. I've been there before and I've been here before. I'm not going there. I'm not ever going to let that happen. I'm trained by this point to not let that happen. Come on, man, I got a narcissistic mom, bro. You think she's not trying to lead me and tell me what to do? Every day of my life. That's training. That trained me to be like, okay, I'm not just going to reject it because you're saying BS either. I mean, because you're saying, just because you're talking, you might be saying some real junk. But because you're a narcissist, I'm trained to be like, okay, let me push that to the side. Everything she said, actually. But that's also going to ruin me. Because what if she's telling me something that's going to help me? So I'm developing something that is counterintuitive. I'm not anti-women or listen to a woman, but if I feel like you're saying something out of ego, out of control, out of pessimism, out of I'm scared to let a man lead me, then nope, I can't deal with you. I don't want you. I don't want you around me. You're poison. So a lot of women are that, but they haven't been told that they are. So I don't know, man. I don't deal with it for real. Also, knowing with Ridge is like knowing when to cut a woman off, knowing the time, but knowing all of that. Because not only cannot all the women get on the bus, all the women can't ride the whole ride on the bus. They can't. They can't. So yeah, like I run down on a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, it's not all gonna fall. You feel me? It's not all gonna stick. But that's a part of it, bro. Like a part of it is just being happy with the result. Like that's why the name of this video was accepting the failure. You feel me? Accepting the failure. The failure is it boils down to many things because failure is the perspective that you have. Failure is failure is if you text a girl, she texts you back. You text her again, she texts you back. You go to sleep, you wake up. A couple hours went by. You don't know how she feel about that, but you text her back. But now, she ain't text you right back, but a couple hours go by, and she haven't texted you back yet. Now, your ability to check your expectations matter. Because a lot of guys out here are going to say to themselves, oh man, she ain't texting me back in a couple hours. I feel blank. I feel like she's not going to text me back. And what is that going to do? It's going to create a phantom-like or ghost-like problem right here near your mind that says, this is, I have to either go do something, double text her, or not do anything. It's gonna push you, or it's gonna wrestle with your soul, with your spirit. With me, I'm gonna sidestep it because I know it's coming because I've been there before and I know how I feel in situations. I know how the typical guy gonna feel, and I know how I typically will feel subconsciously. Oh man, she ain't texting back in a couple hours. Man, I might have lost this one. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I never had it. Never even had it in the first place. So I am now officially. She's uh, renting free space in my mind. I approached her, and from the moment of conception of you approaching a woman, from the end of you smashing or whatever y'all turn into, you should be all. This is why I say always leading and making all the impression. She's not impressive to you. Maybe how she looks, but everything else, even that shouldn't be impressive because if you're talking to enough women, right, as a man, that's not going to work on you. So nothing. You should be the impressive one out of the two. And women will let you, if you're really an impressive guy, meaning you saying the right stuff, they will submit. Oh man, like I can't lie. Tom and Peter and Ricky ain't say nothing like this. But Jack, he said the right thing, so I gotta give it to him. The credit is due, right? And the way you make her feel, the way you make her feel, she like that. So it's like simultaneously she's like, he deserves this. And the trophy is sex. I ain't gonna lie, typically. But what it is that most people care about things that they only care about it because they haven't done it enough. This is why I talked about chess earlier. Your own mind is a war weapon. It will be used against you. You go talking to women, you got to be prepared for what? A certain percentage of them ain't gonna hit you back. A certain percentage of them, even if they hit you back, you're gonna realize that they ain't even like really your type. They just look like your type. Another percentage, and so by the time you're done, it's almost like being a butcher. It's almost like being a butcher. You don't butcher all these things off. And a couple of the girls who got butchered off, you might still have you might have a lingering of a situation with them. But for them girls who actually made the cut, you know, things should run smoothly. But you have to, even with those women, you have to still stay sturdy, right? Still text back the right thing, not the wrong thing. Still leading, still moving it forward, because all of attraction is already, it's there already. You just gotta move it forward from the phase to the phase to the phase, which is from the approach to the what to the text to maybe a call, a voice message, or FaceTime, something to a date or a link up or a meet up. From there, it's a different set of phases that you go down that is more deeper and more mature and adult like, which would be like living together, engagement, marriage, and these later facets of relationships. You know what I'm saying? So all of these phases are here, right? They're here, but you have to be able to impress the woman the whole time. And that's what Riz is to me. That's what Riz is to me, if I'm being honest. It's just being able to do it the whole time. Because lo and behold, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of haters out here. So just because you could start a car don't mean, you know what I'm saying, you could drive the car. You feel me? Like you gotta know how to do it the whole way through. And your confidence is, people supposed to try to shake their confidence. They're supposed to try to shake it. This game ain't meant. It ain't meant. It's meant for wolves. Like people gonna try to shake your confidence, shake everything because for multiple reasons, right? Like it's not as scary as it seems to even talk to women, but it's also not as guaranteed as people would assume. Like oh, he got it because he did it, or he doing it. But it's like you never got it. You never got it ever. It's like you gotta just keep staying focused on self-esteem. People don't realize that we're the magnet. We're a magnet. We attract things to us based off how we feel, based off the food we put in our body. It's multiple ways to ruin a good thing, basically. So if you don't got that steady aim, steady soul, steady heart, steady mind, these women run from you faster than Jason Voorhees. I'm telling you. So you gotta be a stable creature, really. Stability. That's why I talk about the energy. I talk about the chakras. You fix the root chakra, you fix a couple of these chakras, then you're gonna automatically attract women to you. And when you go after them, it don't matter who go after who. It don't matter who go after who. It don't matter who go after who because once I run down on you, I'm gonna make you like me. So it don't even matter. Yeah, my I don't know what's over here, appendix or something. These are so funny, man. But yeah, once I run down on you, I'm gonna make you like me. It ain't even gonna matter who ran down on who because attraction's just funny like that. It don't really matter who started it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to end this though. I'm about to end this real quick, man. I'm about to end this thing. I might go live a little later, talk about the boundaries and standards and laws, um, stuff you stand by, because that's gonna go deep. I might even come right back and go into that because that's something I struggle with sometimes. It's kind of not. It's not the easiest thing in the world to keep your promises to yourself, your boundaries and your stuff, especially with food and stuff like that. But it starts with the food first. It starts with the food and the topics I talk about on this channel: the food, the energy, the housing, everything that you do in your 24 hours. You have to protect your energy. You have to really cherish it, and you have to make sure nobody got access to it. Because your energy is gonna be everything. Your energy is gonna be everything. Like your haters need for you to have a low vibration. They can't even sit with you for it. They need for you to have a low vibration for them to actually even communicate the BS that they be talking to you. But it's hard to keep your energy up. We talk about women and keeping uh, that traction up. I made a post the other day about what you put in your body literally attracts. It literally goes with your riz. Your riz is not nothing. If you eat the wrong food, but you're saying the right stuff. If I ate the wrong food, but I'm saying the right stuff, hey, you know what I'm saying, this and that, blah blah blah. I'm flirting and it sounds good. She's still gonna be attracted. You saw what? She's still gonna be attracted, but women read energy like quicker than text messages. Like they read energy, like they read the energy so quick that it don't matter. Like you could say some of the smoothest stuff in the world, it will get you by because words are frequencies too. So if that combination of words is the right combination of words, then it's the right combination of words. Yeah, but they read energy. Uh, you know what it is? Energy is dominant over words. So words are like important. Like you could pray and change your life, or you could just stop eating food. You can stop eating the wrong food. Stop eating the wrong food is gonna make they both gonna make an impression on the situation. But if you stop eating the right food, it's common. Is no way that you're gonna mess up because you just did the one thing that you fixed the root issue was you kept touching the wrong food. But the metaphysical issue was that you kept believing that you was addicted, so you kept because you were also mentally addicted. So it's like they both met. So the prayer it moved you in the spiritual and the metaphysical. It moved your spirit away from negative to positive. It illuminated you. It turned your light on. You don't feel like you need to eat because you don't feel lonely. You feel when you pray, you feel different. You know, it changes your chemistry. But like, um, yeah, women they are energy type people. So it's like when you're talking to them and you approach them, if your energy is in the right spot, you can't say nothing wrong. It's like you can't say nothing wrong unless you're really saying the wrong thing. Like that's what I'm trying to say. It's funny. It's paradoxical. You have to actually be saying the wrong thing. But if you're saying anything remotely humanistically charming, you're in there because your energy is so lovely that it's just gonna attract, and they're gonna value that the energy that you're carrying, and it's a sign of power too at the same time. Like right now, I just ate them punk ass chips, and I feel like my energy just got a little tapped, whatever. But I already was on here for like an hour or two or something, so like I guess I'm an easy target tonight. But this video pretty much wrapped up and stuff like that. Uh, but we're gonna make a video on the boundaries and stuff. Like I said, the boundaries, the standards, the rules, the principles, the narrative. Narrative meaning stories that we tell ourselves and tell others. These things are all in the same box, my toolbox that I carry around. Because this is all part of like adulthood or manhood or game or whatever we want to say. Because women also like guys who got their own mind. So when you disagree with a woman, it turns her on, but not debate, not like argue, but debate, like not argue, but debate, or not, or just having your own perspective that's unwavering is attractive. Like when I tell a woman when I first meet her, I say, you know I'm a vegan, right? You know I'm a vegetarian, right? You know I'm showing I'm differentiating myself from and it's not a flex. It's really what I try to live by. So it's like I ask them, if we go on a date, like, or if you come over to my place, like, would you eat regular or would you switch up for me? Like, so it's like I'm raising you at the same time, but indoctrinating you with like my core values, my core beliefs, like what I see. Because most women would be a little intrigued, like, what made you do that, or why are you like that? And it's like, I could go into a story on why that's like that, like a real life story on why it's like that. But that communication builds rapport, and that rapport builds familiarity, and that familiarity leads to sex. I ain't gonna lie to you. All roads lead to sex, except for being unattractive and thirsty. But everything else, as far as just being communal and talking and just vibing and just relaxing and understanding energy, because a lot of women are unconsciously energy vampires. They be the cutest ones too sometimes, but they don't know they doing that. Meaning that when you approach them, they might look good, but they got trauma from their childhood they ain't never worked on. And from the moment that you are in their presence, they about to try to they like the attention you giving them, but they about to turn that into something. They about to alchemize it. They not just about to accept. A lot of women got strategies to juice your attention away from you, like, because like I say, women are kind of narcissistic sometimes. Like, even if they're not attracted to you, they still take that. They'll take the attention. Like, so then you know they're taking something without actually communicating. Like, hey, like, nah, not you, pretty not. You feel me? But like I'm just saying, like, I noticed the trend. You know what I'm saying? The trend of like suckering a guy isn't just taking his money, because money is energy, and so your ability to make money is how much money I make is going to be where I place my attention in my 24 hours. So if I go up to a girl and I'm talking to you and you know you don't like me, but you're just still like, oh, I want to hear what he got to say. To me, that's a red flag. Because you should just tell me, like, okay, I'm not into, like, some women are just like that. Like, oh no, I'm okay. Thank you, though. Okay, I can't be mad. I got to respect it. I got to walk away. Because you actually stood, like, you actually had heart. Like, you actually told me the truth. But a lot of women, they'll take what you giving because they don't get enough attention. So they'll take it. They'll take whatever is on the market. And I'm not mad at that, because that's just how it is. Like, you feel me? But it's something I had to learn to accept, especially being around a narcissistic woman. And just like, they just, it's like I learned at home first. Like, so then when I go out, I'm like, okay, certain types of women going to just sit there and then not even really like you or want you or want to text you. And some of them gonna text you and still not want you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's no limit on like, I don't want to say mediocrity, but there's no limit on, like, psychology. Like, women do not like you. She's just going along with the through the motions with you, like. And it's like, bro, you about to actually do this, like. But it's like, all I gotta do is sharpen up my mind to know what level of attraction you really got, because you trying to play possum right now. I know when a woman got high interest, medium interest, or low interest, so it's really a wrap for you, because I'm gonna measure that out. You're gonna feel crazy, because you're gonna wonder, like, you're gonna be like, okay, this guy, he caught on. You feel me? And you women so narcissistic, y'all not even gonna care. Damn, I was about to milk him anyway for all of his attention. Y'all get something out of that though. Like, oh, I'm about to make this boy who think he all that, I'm about to make him think I'm all that. And it's like, not me, because you about to just make me feel like you never been that. Because women who've been that, all women like attention. So that's not the argument. The argument is you about to be a weasel about it. Like, instead of just, women who get attention don't need it. You feel me? Or have always felt pretty or attractive. They like, I don't need that. Like, those are women I respect. Because the average woman can't have that type of game. They're not going to be that integral. They're not going to be that integral about that situation. They don't feel impoverished for attention. They don't feel that way. So women got to know how they look too. Not just guys know how they look when they're out here and doing certain things, but women also got to know how they look because it's like it's not even a lot. It's not even turning. It's not even going to turn me off on a level where I'm logically turned off. I'm energetically turned off by that. Even if I wanted to think highly of you, I can't because you're an energy vampire, meaning that you're like a leech. Like you're like the lowest of the low, and men could be that too. I think that I could be it, sometimes. Like, nah, I can't. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not that. I might be a leech in different departments sometimes, cause like I'm a late bloomer with certain things, maybe financially or somewhere else on the graph. You feel me? But as far as attention go, I like attention because I'm a Leo, but I'm not. I'm not. I think we all could fall susceptible to wanting what we can't have. But like if someone give you attention, it feel good. When it go missing, it'll make you want. It'll make you that kind of how we said earlier about heartbreak. It's like it's like ghost like. It's like it's because it's not there. You think it should be there. But before you met this person, you didn't care if they was dead or alive. But because they was there, think you think you love them or you think that, but it's not. Okay, I'm a tap in. Now when I hop off here, I'm going straight over there, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Going straight over there, but yeah, I'm going straight over there. You know what I'm saying? And we're just gonna also get ready just to cause I might go live again like an hour or two or something. I don't know, but cause like it be so many topics that I talk about. One, I talk about. It's like my title means a lot because once I start talking, I gotta keep tracking. I gotta keep pulling myself back to back on track because I like to make comparisons, patterns, and correlations to everything. So I have to bring it back to the main thing because I don't want anybody to feel like they're watching, but now I was watching to hear about this, but now he's talking about Riz and what's Riz, and now he's talking about that. That's a little thing that I think about sometimes. But so my topics matter. My title. So in the next video, like I said, I'm gonna stick to what I said. I'm gonna talk about boundaries, um, priorities, standards, principles, codes, laws, rules, narratives, because these are all together. And when you get these together, no matter what area of life we're talking about, it saves lives. Because if my law is to not eat sugar, then when I go to restaurants, at least I know I can't. I can ask the do this got sugar in it? So I'm living by something now, versus me just living. Send it to me before you do it. Send what? The live. No, I'm not laughing at your dog. I'm laughing at the fact that you asked me to pray. I'm really not good at praying. I mean, I can try, but it's like a weird position because it's like I don't want to. You know how it feels to pray when you don't know how to. Dear Heavenly Father, I pray that pretty Nat dog returns home safe and sound this evening, today, and peaceful and in the same state that he left in. Dear Jesus, I know that you're protecting the dog. I know that you're, making sure that he is um, safe and sound and just knows where his home really is. So, amen. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think of myself as a good prayer, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I can become that. You feel what I'm saying? Thank you, pretty now. I appreciate that a lot. I feel like I could become better and better, you know? Yeah, I appreciate that. Um, nah, but amen, amen, amen. Nah, but yeah, I'm about to get out of here. I hate when I do this lingering thing at the end of the video. Maybe I'm an energy vampire, but I hope not. But at the end of the video, it's like I put too much importance on the end. But I'm about to just go, and I'm about to lay down real quick, grab some, lay down real quick, and just tap in with Pretty Nat, and you know, see what's going on over there, and yeah, and I'm come back on live in a little while. It's 10 o'clock on the dot, so yeah, I'm about to get out of here. So I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, next live. This was a cool live for me. A lot of self-expression of my point of views on a lot of stuff. No screens came in here talking about the Riz and all that. I ain't seen no screen. I ain't talked to no screens in like he ain't been in the live in a little while, but I know he out here doing his thing and stuff like that. So everybody like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see y'all in the next video.